Welcome, everybody. Coming up next, it's the Racing Podcast. Welcome, everybody, to the Racing Podcast. This is show number 73 on this 4th of July weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Racing Podcast can be heard at Spreaker.com /sports, and you can also go to apodradio.com as well. I'm your host, Manny Allegretta, and welcome. Back after we had a day off last week. But we're ready to rock and roll. So, actually 2 weekends ago was the last Camping World Truck event, and that was back on June 19th. That was the American Ethanol 200. Winner there, Eric Jones, with the number 4 Toyota, who led 112 laps and gained 1 point. Second place, Brandon Jones in the 33 Chevy. He led 4 laps and gained 2 points. And third place was Tyler Reddick in the 19 Ford. And then the last Xfinity event was the Owens Corning Etiquette 300. That was on June 21st. Winner Eric Jones in the 11 Toyota. He led 94 laps and dropped 1 point. Second place, Ryan Blaney in the 22 Ford. He led 43 laps, gained 3 points. Third place, Austin Dillon in the 33 Chevy. He led 28 laps and dropped 3 points. And then on Sunday was last weekend's Sprint Cup event, the first road course race of the 2015 circuit, Toyota Save Mart 350 from Sonoma Raceway. Winner Kyle Busch, who led 17 laps and gained 2 points. Second place, Kurt Busch in the 41 Chevy. He led 43 laps and gained 1 point. And then Clint Boyer came in third in the 15 Toyota. He led 4 laps, gained 1 point. So you had the Busch brothers, Kyle and Kurt, first and second, respectively. So the Toyota Save Mart 350, actual number of laps was 310. The race start time was at 3:22. And the race finished up at, let's see, I got it here, at 6:28. Presentation of colors presented by the Travis Air Force Base Honor Guard. And then the invocation by Tim Bove, Track Minister, Sonoma Raceway. National Anthem, Morgan Carr, and with a flyover for some F-18s, and they had the truck out there with the big American flag. Morgan Carr from Transcendence Theater, Broadway on the Stars in Sonoma Valley, and the flyover 2 F-18s from the Lemoore National Air Station, and they flew from turns 11 to turn 7. Gentlemen, start your engine announcement was announcement by Pro Climber Kevin Jorgensen and who's the other guy? Sergio Rizzo, Assistant Service Manager from Toyota Fremont, or Fremont Toyota, I should say. And then they had a second flyover at 3:09 from the Vintage Aircraft Company in a 4-plane diamond formation. So a breakaway from the continuous left turn with some right turns added to the mix. Some elevation. The highest elevation on the course at Sonoma was 174 feet. And the lowest was 14 feet. 27 and the 46 car had to go to the rear of the pack for transmission changes. That's Paul Menard and Michael Annette, respectively. Top 3 at lap 2, Kurt Busch, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Larson. Kurt Busch with a 0.53 second lead over Allmendinger at lap 3, which grew to 1.90 seconds at lap 9. And then at lap 9, Gordon takes over to third place, but Larson was in third place up until lap 9. Kurt Busch, Allmendinger, and Jeff Gordon top 3 at lap 10, and Kurt Busch with a 2.20 second lead over Allmendinger at lap 10. Dale Jr. cracks the top 10 for the first time of the race at lap 18, and at lap 18, Dale Jr. was running 10th. At lap 20, he would move up to 9th. First caution comes out at lap 22. David Gilliland into the tire barrier at turn number 10. Loses tire, according to the NASCAR app. Loses tire. No beneficiary for that caution. And actually, it was the left front tire. There was an issue with that, according to Fox. There originally was no beneficiary. Then they found out that Alex Bowman was actually the one lap down car, so they gave him the beneficiary. Originally, there was no beneficiary, and then a little later on, they came out and said that there actually was a beneficiary, and that was Alex Bowman in the 38 car. He had a race of pit road at lap 23, the 47, the 41, the 24, the 48, the 20, the 42, the 4, the double 5, the 5, and the 88. 47 car winner right there. And at lap 24, Gillen's car gets towed, and track workers replacing the tire barriers. And then a green flag comes out lap 26. Restart lap 27. Top 3 at lap 27. Clint Bowyer, Jay McMurray, and Tony Stewart. But Kyle Busch would move into 3rd place. He would eventually come up into 1st place at lap 28. Kyle Busch with a 0.51 second lead over Clint Bowyer at lap 29. Question number 2 would come out lap 28. Truex Jr. goes into the tire barrier. Contact from the 55 car, David Reagan. Truex Jr. the 78 car. The 78 built this particular car, built specifically for the road course at Sonoma and Watkins Glen. Landon Castle, the 42 car, the beneficiary of this one. This actually brought out the first red flag of the night. Now, Truex Jr. thinks that the 55 car turned him on purpose. But they showed some shot. The 70 car kind of lightly buffed him a little bit, and then eventually he got in front of the 55 car, and the 55 car contacted him and sent him into the tire barrier. And Truex Jr. saying that he might have done it on purpose. The red flag comes out lap 31 to allow the workers to repair the tire barrier. And the incident in question, the incident that occurred at turn number 8. So after 10 minutes and 30 seconds, they go back to yellow. Green flag comes out lap 33, and the restart lap 34. Top 3 at lap 34. Kyle Busch, Jamie McMurray, and AJ Allmendinger. Kyle Busch with a 0.95 second lead over McMurray at lap 34, which grew to 1.05 seconds during lap 34. But then Allmendinger would come in for take second place spot at lap 35. So then you had Kyle Busch, Allmendinger, and Kurt Busch, first, second, third places at lap 37. Kyle Busch with a 0.79 second lead over Allmendinger. Lap 37, which shrunk to 0.28 seconds at lap 38. Then top 3 at lap 39, Kyle Busch, AJ Allmendinger, and Kurt Busch. Jimmy Johnson moves into 4th place. Then at lap 40, you had Kurt Busch in 1st place and Kyle Busch in 3rd place. That was at lap 40. And then Jimmy Johnson, he'd take over the 3rd place spot at lap 41. So you had Kurt Busch, Allmendinger, and Jimmy Johnson, lap 41, top 3. Kurt Busch with a 1.24 second lead over Allmendinger at lap 42. So Matt Kenseth pits with a blown tire at lap 45. No question for that. Dale Jr. runs 5th at lap 48. Jeff Gordon runs 6th at lap 50. He gets bumped by David Reagan, also the 55 car. That was at lap 51. Top 3 at lap 52, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and AJ Allmendinger. Kurt Busch with a 2.11 second lead over Jimmy Johnson at lap 52, which would grow to 2.25 seconds at lap 53. Okay. Green flag pit stops, lap 53, lap 54. Kevin Harvick has some jack issues on pit road. They took the jack down, and the tire wasn't on the, they didn't put the tire in the left rear, and the car came down and boom. So that was the issue there. The race halfway mark was at lap 55 with 175 of 350 miles completed. Top 3 at lap 59, Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, Carl Edwards. Allmendinger reports engine issues at lap 58. Allmendinger says, quote, "We're not going to make it much longer," and he winds up pitting eventually at lap 60. Top 3 at lap 62, Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch then would move into second place at lap 64. So then he had Johnson, Kurt Busch, Clint Bowyer. Lap 64, Dale Jr. is running 6th at that time, and Joe Logano was holding on to 5th place at lap 64. And then 51 car loses power, comes to a slow crawl to pit road. 51, Justin Allgaier. Close call by Logano cutting. Close call by Joe Logano cutting off Allgaier as Allgaier enters pit road. It was Allgaier's car, a little space, and then the wall. And good thing Allgaier was going as slow as he did, because that could have been a bad wreck right there. It was one of those incidents, like, you're like, oh. So that was a little hairy. So Logano almost crashes into the 51 car, and that was at lap 67. Allgaier hits the garage. Top 3, lap 68, Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Clint Bowyer, but Kasey Kahne would take over 3rd place at lap 69. Then you had question number 3, which would come out at lap 73. Okay, JJ Yeley loses it, goes into the wall at the exit of turn number 10. The 95 car is the beneficiary there. Lap 74, Allmendinger returns to the race 12 laps behind, still under question at this time. Lap 75, Jeff Gordon has issues with his car, extra long pit stop for the 24 car. Jeff Gordon then gets penalized for throwing equipment, and he restarts at the back of the pack. Race over pit road, then you had the 88, the 5, the 41, the 4 to 1, the 13, the 2 to 3, the 17, and then 27. Dale Jr. comes out on top there. Top 3 at lap 79, Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, and Joey Logano. And then you had question number 4, lap 79, the 55, and the 19 car involved in this one. David Ragan again, this time with Carl Edwards. They contact each other, and they go into the wall. And I believe that, yes, it was. They contacted each other, and they both went into the wall at the same time. Or I believe it was the tire bearer contact, and then Matt Kenseth was the beneficiary there. Carl Edwards gets some air off. Oh, here's what happened. So Carl Edwards gets a little air off the rumble strip. All right, those little stripes along the side. Not too much air, but just enough where it hopped over and boom, right into the 55 car. And they were like literally pushing each other on their sides, and they both at the same time went into the wall. David Ragan says, and then, now, remember, Truex Jr. says that he got bumped by David Ragan, but then David Ragan comes out and says that Truex Jr. went into him because they interviewed him on Fox after he got out of the car. So, whatever that means, but the green flag would come out lap 83, and the restart would be lap 84. Then, yeah, Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, Kurt Busch, top 3 at lap 84. And then at lap 87, you had Jimmie Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Clint Bowyer. Jimmie Johnson with a 1.24 second lead over Kyle Busch. Lap 87, that would grow to 2.06 seconds by lap 92. But then by lap 93, Clint Bowyer would move into second place. So then you had Jimmie Johnson, Clint Bowyer, Kyle Busch, top 3 at lap 93 going into lap 94. Jimmie Johnson with a 2.37 second lead over Clint Bowyer at lap 94, which would grow to 2.52 seconds. And then at 2.59 seconds, lap 96. Close call between Kurt Busch. He goes into the grass pretty fast, almost hits the wall, lap 97. And so then you had question number 5. Okay, question number 5 will come out lap 99. Casey Mears in the 13 car loses a tire and left rear axle. The tire and the left rear axle come off the car, start rolling across the track and into a fence. And it was kind of amusing, but at the same time kind of felt bad, but at the same time it was kind of funny. A little bump and run between Clint Bowyer and Kyle Busch going into pit road. Then you had a race-off pit road lap 100, and that involved the 15 to 18, the 22 to 41, the 4 to 31, the 5, the 88 to 42, and the 27 car. Clint Bowyer, the winner there, the 15 car. And then the green flag would come out